Denise Gwen, reading aloud for you from my short story, The Greasy Spoon, Chapter 11. "What the fuck?" Ed yelled, his meaty hand covering his nose. A spray of blood had spattered down his shirt. A streak of snot glistened on his tie. "You fucking asshole, that's it. Your ass is fired. I've had enough of your god damn it," Nick hissed, grabbing him by the back of the neck and pulling him forward. "I'm trying to get your fucking attention, you moron." "Excuse me? What the fuck did you just say to me?" "We are in danger and we need to get the fuck out of here right now." Perhaps Nick's tone of voice finally seeped into Ed's thick skull. Perhaps the outside air had freshened Ed's pea brain. Perhaps the punch really had woken him the fuck up, because Ed straightened and gazed at Nick for a long moment, then turned around, and as if by magic, as if an unseen stage manager had been standing behind a curtain and watching the main action taking place on the sidewalk and cued the actors with an "Okay, enter stage right." The farmers emerged from the coffee shop and ambled out onto the street. They stood idly about on the sidewalk, chewing their toothpicks, their hands shoved inside their bib overalls, and looking straight at Ed and Nick. Ed's face blanched. His mouth formed an "oh" of surprise. "Yeah, okay, let's get out of here." They ran down the street to the sleek black Mercedes parked behind the courthouse. Nick was grateful that Ed had had enough presence of mind to pull the fob out of his pocket and activate the unlocking mechanism as they hurried toward it, for he heard the thunk-thunk sound as the doors unlocked, and his heart surged with relief. And as Ed hustled around to the driver's side door and Nick grabbed a hold of the passenger side door and pulled on the handle, the doors clicked open. And he began to entertain a fond hope that he would live to see another day. But as it turned out, they'd moved a few seconds too slow, and Ed had picked up a clue a few seconds too late. A dark shadow loomed up behind Nick in the front door's tinted glass window frame, and he glanced over the roof and saw Jeb Jr. running toward them from the far corner of the courthouse and swinging a 2x4. Jeb Jr. ran up behind Ed and slammed the 2x4 against the back of his head. And at the same moment that Nick saw this, his nostrils flared at the sudden, sickly sweet stench of the rotting teeth of the person standing behind him and breathing down his neck. And Ed's eyes rolled up into the back of his head, and his body slammed into the front driver's side window, and blood squelched down the window as Ed fell to the ground. And then someone grabbed Nick by the scruff of the neck, and he saw the reflection of his own head as it slammed into the passenger side window, and his nose split open and blood gushed everywhere, and then something hard cracked him across the back of his head, and he fell, and then he felt nothing at all.